Okay, we've just turned off of Highway 89A onto Buffalo Ranch Road, and we're on the way to the north rim of the Grand Canyon. We're kind of getting a late start, so hopefully we can find a campsite before it gets dark. We've got about a 30-mile journey until we get to the north rim. Sure hope the wind dies down. Wind has been blowing for over a week. Still on Buffalo Ranch Road. We're at 4,900 feet. Temperature is 75 degrees. Well, we've gone about 7 miles now. Still on Buffalo Ranch Road. We've got another about 18 miles to go. It's a good road. A little bumpy, but a little washboardy, but not a bad road. Okay, we're at 5,400 feet now. The temperature's dropped to 71. We're still on Buffalo Ranch Road. We're in the Kanab National Forest, I believe they call it. There was a sign back there. I forgot to look at it yet. But anyway, we're about 13 miles in to a 25-mile jaunt, so we're about halfway there. Hopefully we can find the canyon. This is pretty country. The canyon is off to our left. The sign down here, we'll see what it says. Still on Buffalo Ranch Road in the Kanab National Forest, and it looks like we've got about another 9 miles to go. We've only got about another hour of sunlight too, so we need to pick up the pace. I was planning on doing this trip in the morning. I stopped in Page and tried to get a motel. There were 2 rooms left. One was $320, the other was $250. I decided to drive on down here. So that's why we're got such a late entry. We're on Buffalo Ranch Road and also National Forest Road 8910. It's really pretty country anyway. We just met a road grader. Wish he'd done some grading. This is pretty washboardy. A lot of juniper trees. Still on Forest Service Road 8910, and looking at Gaia, it looks like we have about a little over 2 miles, 2.5 miles to get to the canyon. Well, according to that sign, we still got 5 miles to go. Looks like this is where the grader was. Well, we've made it to the Grand Canyon. This is not where I wanted to camp. I wanted to camp at one of the other sites, but we've only got about 20 minutes of daylight left, so I'm going to go ahead and camp right here, and we'll explore in the morning. Not the ideal campsite, but since we only have about 15 minutes left of daylight, I think this is probably where we ought to camp tonight. And this is not too bad a view. I think we can live with it. Tomorrow morning, after we wake up and have breakfast, we'll do a little exploring. Sunrise over the Grand Canyon. Okay, we've had a good night's sleep and our coffee and oatmeal, so it's time to explore the other viewpoints, campsites along the North Rim. I'm going to drive along the rim to the next viewpoint, Buck Farm viewpoint. Sun gets up a little higher, we can maybe fly the drone. What a great campsite. No tour buses, no crowds, just me and the canyon. Doesn't get any better than this. This has been a great trip, and except for a couple of sandy spots, this is a fairly easy trail. I had intended to camp here for another night, but the wind is starting to blow, so I'm heading for White Pocket. Thanks for tagging along.